Today we're going to talk about how to stop dropping your hands. So this is a question I get a lot, especially with the youth level, is how do I get my players or my son or my daughter to stop dropping their hands during their load? That's typically when it happens. And so I'm going to give you a drill today, but I'm also going to talk a little bit about where your hand should be. We call it a pullback when we get our upper body ready to hit. So we're going to have our torso start to slightly coil in, and we're going to have this motion of a pullback where essentially on our top hand and our top arm, this rear elbow is going to get behind my top hand. So I'm going to make this move right here, and I'll show it from a few different angles. Now, every hitter is going to be slightly different because players get into different stances. Some players will load straight back, so they'll just pull back right here again where their arm is behind their hands in that position. You'll have other players that will tip the bat forward. You'll have some players that will cock their hands down low and then bring them back up. So there's different ways to do it, but if you watch 99% of major league hitters, no matter the style of the pullback, they're all going to get into a very similar position where when their front foot is about to come down into the ground and they're about to swing, this rear arm is going to be somewhere behind their hands. Again, some might have their arm just slightly above it. Some might have it slightly below it. A lot will have it directly behind it, but you're not going to see hitters be in this position. You're not going to see hitters go to launch and be in this position. And you're not going to see hitters way up here and be in this position. They're all going to be somewhere typically around shoulder to armpit height. Again, you might see a little bit of variance there, but you're not going to see hands way down here. When I work with youth hitters, I get tons of videos sent into me from parents and from players, and they talk about whether they're a coach of a team or, again, if it's their son or daughter, you'll see launch positions where hands are literally way down here. And from this position, the only thing I can really do is attack way uphill on the ball, and I'm going to be underneath the ball. And we talk a lot about being slightly up through the hitting zone, but if you have hands that are way down here, you're not going to be slightly up through the hitting zone. You're going to be way under the ball and way up through the hitting zone. And you're going to get a lot of topspin rollovers. You're going to be under the ball. You're going to have a lot of foul balls straight back. You're going to have a lot of swings and misses. And so how do we combat that? How do we get those hitters to stop getting into this position with their hands way down low? A couple things. The first thing, the simplest thing, is to take away the swing and to just break the pullback and the load down. And so I've talked about this in prior videos, but a lot of times we just want to go right to hitting the ball. And the issue with hitting the ball is the player's so focused on hitting the ball that they don't think about what they're doing in preparation to hitting the ball, because they just want to hit the ball and they don't want to fail. The test is hit that ball and hit it successfully, and so that's all they can think about. So we want to remove the ball. So just get rid of the ball. Whether it's flips, batting practice, tee, doesn't matter. Get rid of the ball. Now, let's go through our load and do it so many times correctly that that's the only way we know how to do it. So we start off, we just get the player in their stance, whatever their stance is, and we're going to explain to them what we want to see when we get loaded. And we say we want to see the rear arm get behind the hands, and we want to see the hands somewhere around the shoulder armpit height. That's what we're fighting for. We're not going to be down here near the waist. And we're going to do it over and over again. So we're going to get in our stance, we're going to load, we're going to stride, and we're going to stop. We're going to load, we're going to stride, and we're going to stop. And you can just check, right? You can just have them check. You can use a mirror. Have them look in a mirror. So have them be straight on with a mirror here. Have them load, stride, look in the mirror. Am I good? Yeah, I'm good. Load, stride, look in the mirror. Oh no, my hands are down here. Okay, that didn't work. Let's do it again. So we continually fight to get there. Over and over again. And this isn't going to be 10 reps or 50 reps. This might be thousands of reps. And you have to be willing to do the boring work. And this might seem quite boring for some players. But if you want to make the correction, you've got to get in a lot of reps. If you have players that do something incorrectly, and that's the only way they know how to move, and that's the way they've been doing it for we don't even have to say years. Some players have done it for years, but maybe it's for months. That's still a lot of reps, and that's the only way their body knows how to move, and so we have to break that. So whether it's through video, through using a mirror, through having a coach there, a parent there, just giving them feedback, having them stride and stop and look, all really, really important to do that over and over again. Now, what I'll do with a lot of players, when I'm giving lessons with players, if a player's going to be in that position, well, I'm going to grab onto them, and I am going to hold on to their upper body, and I'm going to grab their rear arm and their hands, and when they go and they load and stride and they do this, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to grab them, and I'm going to pull them up into a better position. So if they're here, I literally take them, and I go, nope, that's where we want to feel. Do you feel that? Look at that. See that? Okay. Do it again. They do it again. I grab them, I pull them into position, and we'll just do it over and over again and do 100 reps of just getting them into a better position to hit from. And that forcing them to do that starts to give them the feel. And now I let go and I say, okay, now go. And we start to do it. Now, once they show me that they can do it without hitting a ball, then we introduce a bag. You've probably seen our bag a bunch. It's actually, well, right now I don't know where it is. Someone else was using it and they put it somewhere else, but it's not in my tunnel right now. But you've seen our bag before. If you don't have a bag, you can simply just hit up against a padded wall. I'll show you. I'll move this real quick. And so you have the bag. Oh, there's the bag. The bag's in the other room. So someone must have been using it in there yesterday. So you can get against a pad where there's no failure, there's no success. We don't have a ball. We're just moving into something, into a bag. Let's say we're going into this wall right here. So I can load, I can stop, I can get into a good position, boom, and I can hit the pad. Right? So now I'm not focused on hitting anything except for this huge pad. Right? And so they can do that over and over again, and you can give feedback. And again, if you have a mirror, if you have video, get in the position, hit, and just do that over and over again. Now we progress to the tee. So now we put a ball out there. Can we do it off of the tee? Great, we've done it off of the tee. Now let's move the soft toss. Now let's move the front toss. And we keep progressing back until finally we get off of either a batting practice pitcher or a machine. And then by that point, we should be able to take it over into the game. All right, but don't introduce the ball too early. Slowly work your way up from dry work to bag work, to tee work, to soft toss, to front toss, to machine work, to batting practice, and then to the game. And that can take a long time. That's why swing changes don't happen overnight. You've got to work. You've got to really work at it. Now, another way that we'll do it is we'll use bat on the neck or neck slot drills. So my father's a really big fan of this. He does it with a lot of the players that come in here and had a lot of success with it. And all you're going to do is you're going to take your bat, and when you get into your stance, you're just going to put the bat right here on your neck. So basically where your neck kind of comes into your shoulder right here. Right? So when you put the bat in this position, it's going to force your hands to be here. Now the key is we're not putting the barrel there, right? You can put the barrel there and have your hands way down here. But we're going to just put slightly up the handle, just slightly up the handle. Your hand should be somewhere right around your shoulder. Now we're still going to get pulled back. We're not just going to sit there like this. So we're still going to get pulled back. And now we can load and stride and do everything from this position. Now we're going to have a little bit of an exaggerated bat angle here, but that's okay for right now, because we're working on keeping the hands high. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep the bat on the neck, and we're going to continue to keep the bat on the neck as we turn, as we turn, as we turn, and then finally the bat's going to come off of the neck. And if you do that enough, well, then the players naturally start to like their hands feeling more around the shoulders. And then once they do that comfortably, now we can just simply remove the bat from the neck. Again, not going to happen in 5 or 10 or 20 reps. You're going to have to do this a lot. But we've had a lot of success with working players with the bat on the neck. The other thing that this drill does, it does a whole lot of things. It doesn't allow the player to push because their neck's in the way, so it forces the player to turn their barrel back. It allows them to rotate well, so all other benefits of the drill as well. But one key thing is, for players that want to get into really poor hitting positions, no, you can't do that. If my bat's here and I don't take the bat off my neck until I start to turn to hit, it forces me to have my hands up. And again, up, I don't mean up here, I just mean not down by their waist, somewhere around shoulder, armpit height. So those are a couple of ways to help players that have that issue. Again, a very common issue. We see it every day with new players coming into the facility to work, and those are some of the ways that we use to help them. If you want more ideas, again, go to the description box below. We have a hitting course down there. You can check out all of our drills. We've got over 50 of them, and a lot of them pertain to getting into a really solid hitting position. That's all we have. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you later. If you've got hitters that you're looking to improve before the start of next season, this is essential for you. Matt Antonelli here, former Major League player, first-round pick, and college coach. With this course, we're going to show you exactly, step-by-step, how to generate power, develop bat speed, and enhance swing mechanics. Regardless of your hitter's age, this course is going to deliver advanced hitting techniques that will allow any hitter to get better and make an impact at the plate this spring. We have a full catalog of training content that you can access from anywhere at any time. This course is perfect for players, parents, coaches, instructors, and more. It offers a comprehensive package of drills and techniques that you can directly implement. Our course has helped hitters all over the country at different competition levels, and the feedback that we've received has been outstanding. The work you put in now will drive your success at the plate this spring. Get the essential knowledge that you need to take your game to the next level.